I'm so excited and I just
I
can't
just
hide
can't
it.
hide it.
Oh my God, we are on season 6 of the Truth Carpet episode. Like, I'm so light skinned, my face is red right now, but I'm so excited. This is wow. I'm on the episode with my best friend again for the 6th
Again.
season.
6.
Wow. Wow. It's so unreal. Hey Moni. It's so unreal because it's like this is not like a current event podcast. I keep saying that. How do we keep having so many things to talk about? Well, we are best friends
Right. Always gonna have something to talk about. What you
in
mean?
real life.
What you talking about?
But hey y'all, we are back in your ear after a long, much needed break. If you've
Y'all know
been
we need the
rocking
hiatus.
Yes, if you've been rocking with us since the beginning, we always take a break around that October, September time and come back to you guys before spring comes. So, welcome back. And if you're new to us, my name is Unique Love. I'm also known as Yaya, Yaski, Shakita Banana, whatever you want to call me that I say it's okay. That's who I am. And my best friend is
It is I, Simone Loud, aka Monie. That's what you get to call me when you really get to know
Nomi.
me. And I'm the other half of Love Loud. And oh, you can see me a little bit. Sweatshirt popping, period. What's
I love
good? What's
it.
goody? Love Loud, 2 Ds. That's what
Yes.
we do.
Yes. And I have our podcast sweatshirt. We did not coordinate this, so I love that we're wearing our merch today.
Period. Because what's the point of having merch if you ain't gonna rock it? Throw that thing on.
Mhm. And it's really
Yeah, I'm
cute.
so excited. I'm like, yes, season 6. I've been thinking about this since we stopped the last one. I was like, we really been doing this for 6 seasons now. Like, we
Yeah.
really decided to dedicate ourselves to come back, do it again. We could have said no. We could take a longer hiatus. We could have said no.
Mhm.
Let's just cut it off. We could have said no. I don't want to do this no more. But you know what? We did. We still organized it. We excited about it. We got guests lined up for the season.
Yes,
It's gonna
lined
be a
up.
good one.
Yes,
You
I'm
know,
excited.
booked and busy, baby.
And with
Yeah, I
all the
really
stuff that's
am.
going on in life, we're continuing
Cool,
to
girl.
push through. So
Speaking of
that is
life,
we love this.
we love this. We love it. So speaking of life, we might as well just go ahead and jump straight into it. You know, we gotta check on in. It's been a minute.
It
It's
has.
been a few months. The last time we were talking was 2024. We are officially in 2025. So update the people. What's goody?
Wow. So I got my hair cut.
We see.
Yes, it's about to be a wigless 2025. I love it here. I remember when I first I got my hair cut. I think it was 2020 when I had like the bald. I felt like I looked like an egg.
Mm-hmm.
I remember immediately after getting my hair cut, I texted you and Courtney, and I was like, I feel so happy. I feel so free. It felt really good to have that haircut. But then after a while, I was like, okay, I'm bored of it. My head is cold. I need something else. And I was doing the wigs, trying to let my hair grow out and everything. I have alopecia, not just traction alopecia, but different, my hair falls out in different spots or whatever. So I've had different stylists saying, "Oh, I can do this for you, I can do that for you, blah 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 with your natural hair." And it just didn't feel right until I met this stylist and she seemed like she knew what she was talking about. She seemed patient. She made me feel comfortable and I let her relax my hair and cut it.
Relaxer. We went from
I got the
natural
creamy
back to
crack.
relax.
I got the
Back to
creamy
the
crack.
relaxer.
Yes.
Like not a texturizer, a relaxer.
Yep.
The whole caboodle.
And I feel so beautiful, so free, so like me. Like this is me. This is me. I'm not ready to throw off my wig. Like this how I go to sleep. This how I wake up. This how I shower. And I'm so happy. So that's the biggest thing that I'm most excited about that's happened actually a couple of weeks ago. It's the most recent thing. But yeah, aside from that, 2025 is the year to be alive, the year
Come on.
to get my SHIT together, to focus
Say it
on
again.
me.
Rewind. Say it again.
Yes, it's the year to be alive, to get my SHIT together, and to focus on me.
Can you focus on? Baby, can you focus?
So yeah, it's just a lot of stuff going on career wise that's like, okay, you've been saying for X amount of years that you're gonna do this and do that, and the only way to level up is to do this. So I've started the application process so that I can excel in my career and be ready to pivot so that whenever I am ready to go in different directions, no one can tell me no because one, I already have the brilliance, I already have the experience. I
Period.
just
Let
need
them know.
the credentials. And unfortunately, in certain fields, you could be the best and have your name floating around, but if you don't have that little paper, a tiny little expensive ass paper to say that you could do this job, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's in the works for me. So I'm excited to see, not to see, I'm excited for what's coming this year, what's going to be in the next few years, and yeah, nobody's going to stop me. Ain't no stopping us now.
Ain't no
We on the
stopping us
move.
now. We on the move. Hey, speaking of move,
Okay, come through.
come on, segue. Come
Yes,
on, segue.
do it.
I started 2025 January 1st, moving into my new place, my new space, my new
Yes.
peace. Okay. I've been spending a while looking for like the perfect space for me to the point where I almost rushed into the wrong space, trying to hurry up and like, find what was good for me. But I'm so glad that God put a pause on what I was trying to do. The Lord will stop me. The Lord will put me at a halt. Like the
Tell them.
story I told you this morning about me forgetting to pay for the MTA, trying to run to the train.
Like,
And
what's the hope?
when you don't pay, you can't go through. I'm trying to hurry up because the lady was like, "Your train's coming." The thing stopped me. I was like, "Dang!" I was like, "Come on, dummy, you didn't pay."
Not a dummy.
I did call myself a dummy. I was like, "How you gonna try to? You do this every day. How you gonna try to catch the train and not pay?" So I paid, and then I was able to go through. But the Lord said,
Hmm.
"Pause, because the train that you was trying to catch wasn't the one that you needed." So, in the same sense, that place that you was trying to get that you don't sign your name on for that lease, that's not the one that you needed. That's not the one that was meant for you. And what's
Hmm.
always meant for you will always be in alignment with what you need, even though we might feel like you're waiting a long time for it. It don't matter. And I'm so happy that I ended up where I am. I'm in a great neighborhood. I'm in a great space. I have a okay commute to work. I'm not gonna say it. I could have a better commute, but hey, I ain't got no car. I'm dealing with public transportation. It is what it is. I'm just happy to have just a different sense of peace and to have started my year off, literally starting fresh.
Yes.
Literally starting fresh with majority of everything. My place is, might as well say, it's still empty. You might even hear the echo in the background. That's how much space I have, but I look forward to filling it up and making it home, and being here for a while. So that is one of the things that I've really, 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 really am excited about
I
having coming
can't wait
into the
to come
year.
tomorrow.
So we're gonna have us a good old time. You're gonna help me figure out how I'm gonna decorate and all other things because yeah, when I say I was starting from nothing, I literally there's still a lot of things that you probably would think I would have that I don't. So, and I'm not even talking about like a couch or anything like that. I'm just talking about essentials that I keep forgetting that I don't have. But that's a story for another day.
That's how it be though. Like you getting ready to cook something, you like, I ain't even got a spatula, bro. I ain't
I got
got
a
no
spoon though.
spoon.
Yo, shout out to my mama for sending me a slow cooker. Cause that slow cooker has been saving my life.
Yeah.
Coming in clutch, putting it on low, cooking for 8 hours, so then when I come home it's still warm and I can eat when I walk
Yeah, I
in the
love
door.
that.
Come on. Love my slow cooker. If you don't have one, invest in one, especially if you're a busy person. Highly, highly recommend.
Mm.
And y'all, Dr. Loud is still loading. I'm officially in my second semester to receive my doctorate. And let me tell y'all, I mean, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right?
Hmm.
But transparently, I have realized that the first semester, I thought that was hard. Second semester came, it said, "What up, though? Check me out."
Mm.
So trying to juggle life and juggle school and juggle work has definitely been a challenge. But I'm like, at the end of the day, it's what it's meant for me to do. I'm enjoying the process. I'm learning a lot in the process. And I just look forward to, having that paper. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm like, I often think too, I'm like, shout out to the people that have to take care of others aside from themselves. Shout out to the parents and the caretakers that are also like in school and going to work and doing the thing. All I have to do is care about me,
Yeah.
care about paying my rent and my bills and feeding myself. The fact and have to think about doing that for another person on top of all the other things that I have to do that sometimes I forget to do.
Mhm.
Shout out to y'all because it's definitely been a struggle. But you know, we from Clark Atlanta University, we're gonna always find a way to make one, and I definitely do it on a day to day. Even when
Amen.
life try to throw some crazy obstacles in my way, I'll be like, dodge. So
Girl, you stupid.
I'm just saying, life is like a game of dodgeball. It might hit you in the chest, but you're gonna get back up and go again. You got me that time. Now I know which way I need to pivot.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I'm really excited about life, even regardless of like things that try to like come into the way and like try to, deter you from what you really want to do. Nothing's gonna stop you. Nothing's gonna stop us.
Here
We
we go
here.
again. Ain't no stopping us now. We
Hey,
on the
we
move.
on the move. We on the move.
No
Striving,
stopping.
surviving, glowing, growing, doing the things. Like, look
Hmm.
at us. Look at us. But no, 2025 is a year to thrive, and I'm super excited to just see how we grow as individuals, how we grow as best friends, and how our business is going to continue to grow and do the things. It's gonna be a great season. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. Girl, let me tell you before you do the rundown, I was trying to like look at the reel that you sent me on Instagram and drink my coffee at the same time. I didn't even miss my mouth, but I don't know how the coffee went into my
Girl,
it went down
trying
my
to
boob.
multitask.
How did I do that? But I had to
Multitask with
share that.
something.
That's
Trying to
crazy.
multitask with something. You shouldn't be multitasking with just one thing at a time.
That didn't
Slow
make
down.
any sense.
Slow down.
But that's all I have for you.
Alrighty. Well, for those of you that are here for the first time, after we do a check-in, we go into the rundown, which is where I give y'all the rundown of what's going to be happening in the next episode. So for season 6, oh my gosh, almost forgot what season it was.
Were you about to say
Season
season
6. No. What?
two times
No.
three?
Anyway, what I was going to say was in this here episode, season 6, episode 1, in the icebreaker, we are going to be playing a game of this or that hobby edition. Would you play this or would you play that? Would you play this or would you play that? Would you do this or would you do that? Would you do this or would you do that? Yes, this or that hobby edition. We're going to do 10 each. It's going to be a good time. Then heading over into Sweet 223, our poetry segment. We're giving y'all a double hitter because we've been going for a minute and y'all gonna hear a little piece from both of us. We both gonna give y'all some poetry to set off this season, okay? Then, of course, heading into our hot topic segment, come on and chill, have a drink with us, gonna have a little, grab something to eat while we sit in the cab, and we are going to discuss hobbies, things that we enjoy to do, or new things that we want to try, or things that you should be trying, to help you thrive in 2025. What's something that you can be adding to your lifestyle, or maybe something that you want to take away, try something new? We're gonna talk about it. We're going to talk about it because there's so many different things that we can be trying because, hey, we only got one life, right? Might as well mix it up and try a little bit of everything. And then we are going to end it and close it off with our announcement segment. So make sure y'all tune in all the way to the end so you don't miss a thing that Love Loud has for you. Well, I ain't did that in a minute, but it felt good to hit y'all with that riggedy run down. Period.
Yes.
Love it.
Sponsors, give her some money. I mean, give her some.
Hey, come
Oh, money too. I meant water, but money too. Yes.
I was about to say, yes, run me them coins. Run me them coins. Come on, let's go. Ready, let's go.
Before we get into it, we got so much to talk about. It's
We do.
been a long time, but I did my own hair yesterday. It was my first time washing and curling, and I took a picture with the Nairobi setting stuff, and I showed it to someone. They were like, "Oh, it looked like you're doing a commercial." I was like, "Yes, give me some money." I hope they see this
Yes,
picture. It's an ad. It's an ad.
it's an ad. Hashtag ad.
Yes.
Hashtag run me my money.
Yes. I'm done yapping.
I'm trying to get like you and not be on these wigs, but honey, it was a wig kind of day. I
It's
just took
only
my braids
today.
out. I know, I just took my braids out, and mind you, I kept them in for almost 2 months. Them held on good, but I was ready to wash my hair, comb it out. But under this wig is some plaits in my.
That's how it be.
I combed her out, and I'm like, I still got a lot to do. That's why I'll be debating cutting my hair again because I'm like, it's a lot of maintenance when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the fro. Ooh, child. But anywho, I ain't gonna hold you. We're gonna go ahead and over into the icebreaker.
Let's go. It will only be true to Yaya to not have a jingle this season.
We in season 6. If you ain't got one by now, you ain't gonna. Hey,
I ain't
come on
gonna
now.
have one.
We're gonna have to hire a jingle writer at this point.
Right.
Hey,
Write me a
anybody write
jingle.
jingles? Come on, we need you. Oh, Yaya needs you.
Yeah, I do. So, y'all, if you're new or if you're not new, this is our icebreaker segment where Moni and I, today we're going to do this or that. So, oh yeah, if you're new, we have this segment because Moni and I met during the icebreaker during our
We
orientation at
did.
CAU. So that's why we always keep this segment on our podcast. So if you don't know what this or that is, basically we're going to give each other's, oh my God, we're going to give one another options, one thing or another, and you can only choose one thing out of those two things. So our theme is hobbies. Okay. You want me to run it down, my list down first?
All right, bring it down. Listen to me, baby. I'm listening. Let me rapid fire. Let me see what I'm gonna choose.
Okay. Hobbies for Moni. Play board games or play streaming games.
Board games.
Bake cakes or cook a meal.
Cook a meal.
Roller skating or hiking.
Hmm. Roller
Mm-hmm.
skating.
Read a book or journal.
I know this is hard. That one's hard. That one's hard. Journal.
Knitting or sewing.
Sewing.
Lounging on a beach or enjoying a boardwalk.
I guess lounging on the beach.
This is so fun when like I know you. I give it to you hard.
They both on the beach and they both have sand. And you know I'm not saying I don't
The
want to walk in the.
boardwalk, you ain't no seeing up there.
Yes, it is. The
A little
sand
bit.
come from the beach.
Okay, next one. Binge watch your favorite show or watch a live play.
Binge watch my favorite show.
Walking or running.
Running.
Canoe or skydive.
Skydive.
Weave a basket or weave a head.
Weave a basket because if I mess up, I'm gonna start over.
And that is it. We have Moni's this or that.
My God. I'm laughing at something. I'm like, these are similar to mine. That's so funny.
Wow. Okay. We're
Oh
besties
my
in real
gosh.
life. Okay.
Dang. Now I'm like, I should have chose reading because I definitely read more than I journal now, but I enjoy a good journal. But anyway,
Okay.
all right, you ready? Here we go. Skating or bowling?
Skating,
Rock climbing or skydiving?
rock climbing,
Painting or drawing?
drawing,
Singing or dancing?
dancing.
Creative writing or reading?
That's hard. It's like
See,
I'm gonna read. I read,
sewing or crocheting?
bro. I
Why you said knit? It's crochet.
don't know how to crochet, so I'm gonna say sewing,
Hiking or gardening?
bro. Hiking,
Cooking or baking?
bro.
Told you.
Hiking.
Cycling or running?
Running, cause my butt hurt if I sit on a bike.
You can put your booty in the air. It's not thinking twerking. Okay. Card games or board games?
Oh, board games. I'm better at board games.
That is so. That's I started laughing because I was like, when
I
I go
see
through my
now.
list, yeah, I'm like cooking or baking. We both chose cooking, and we both chose sewing.
Yes.
Dang, that is so funny. And then the
That's so
reading
funny.
and the creative writing and the journaling. I was like, see, look what we did to each other. Are
In
we
the
best friends or
skydive.
not?
I chose hiking because I want to hike. Skydiving, oh my God, I was so scared. Like when I actually saw how high that plane was going when we were on that plane, and I was like, Moni look calm, so let me look calm too. I was freaking out. Like, and when we were on the ground, we were like, yeah, we're gonna do this again. In my head on that plane, I was like, nah, bruh, one and done. I'm good. But when we came down, it was a beautiful view and very like nice.
I can't do the canoeing. When I went backpacking once, we did, I don't know if it was canoeing or kayaking, whatever. We were in the water. I was in the thing. Matter of fact, I think it was white water rafting.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it was, the thing flipped over. I was in the water. Yes, I had on the life jacket. The water was freezing. This not for me.
Mm-mm.
I said, maybe I'll try it again one day, but I'm just like, them little boats, it ain't enough.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you were in a kayak where like your whole body is inside the thing?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it was a kayak. I think we went whitewater rafting, but the
Mhm.
whole thing flipped over, so everybody in it. I'm like, I'd rather
Was it
be
like
in
a
the raft,
circle?
more like a square, but I'd rather be in a raft than in a canoe and a kayak. That's a smaller space,
Yeah.
but still, we was all in that water together, and I was just like, we had to flip it back over. It was
Mm-mm. Well,
maybe one day, not 2 days.
we used to go canoeing in middle school, and it was funny because at first I was scared to get flipped over, but at some point, middle schoolers we started flipping our boats on purpose.
Mm-mm. Nope. No,
I
no, no,
wouldn't do
no,
that at
no,
this
no, no.
age, but that was fun and very cute. I think it's very telling
It
to people who think
was
that we're not friends in real life. That's crazy how our list
right. The
could
list
mirror
was
each other.
half of it was the same.
Yes,
That was fun. I love that. All
me
right.
too.
Were you ready to slide on over into our next segment?
I am. Let's slide.
All right. We are
Slide.
heading on in to Sweet Two, Two, Three. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Poetic Sweet 223, where we spit a little poetry into your ears, my dears. Don't fear. No, I'm kidding. But yes, this is Sweet 223, where sometimes Yaya and I will spit some poetry, or we have a special guest come in. But today, because it's been a while, we're giving y'all a double. I'ma say a poem, and Yaya gonna say a poem, and we gonna discuss the thing. So y'all in for a treat, okay? Y'all in
A
for a
nice
treat
treat.
today. A very beautiful, a sweet treat, okay? All right. You want me to go first, darling?
Sure.
You want to go first? All right.
I thought I was gonna go first, but you said I'm gonna share a poem, and yeah, I'm gonna share a poem. So
Well, I mean,
for those who are just listening, so that they know your voice, you can go first.
all right. Moni is going to share her piece. Not interested in being with somebody just to say I have somebody. I'd rather enjoy the sanctity of my body and be with nobody, Netflix and chill while secluded like a homebody. Because I have no intention of being with just anybody. Discovering self love without limerence and lust took a while to embody. And I'll be damned if it's tainted. It's my peace versus everybody. Immune to the bullshit? Yep, I'm an antibody. But don't get me wrong, I don't want to be alone. I will be a queen next to my king on the throne, writing side by side, playing our favorite songs. His voice will intone through my ears like headphones. Strewn upon his love, our connection I will hone, building legacy through every single seed we have sown. You see, he listens, pays attention, communicates, respects my wishes. He gives me forehead kisses and my feelings he never dismisses. Makes my worries disappear, serious about his ambitions and his intentions. But let me pause. Because as you can see, my future is set. My past, no regrets. My ex, let's not digress. The energy around me needs to be a growth mindset. So right now, my vibe is solo. This is not a duet. So you can try to win me over with your charm and your humor. I'll be watching every move to see how you maneuver. What makes you such a good suitor? Can you put my mind at ease as I fall into slumber? Tell me, will it be worthwhile if I give you my number?
Oh, good job. I love it. I love how you were, everything was like bodies on bodies on bodies. I love that poem. So good, so good. Auntie
Thank
bodies,
you,
and you
thank
ain't gonna
you.
play with my body because I am somebody. That was really good. And I love where you took it. Sorry, I never went back to read when you finished it, but this was definitely a treat. I enjoyed that. Let's get into yours before I go. What's the how did you come about this? What's the muse?
So I actually am in the middle of writing a short film. And one of the characters in the story, I needed to have them perform a poem about, how they expect to be treated within a relationship, because she's so over it, she's single, whatever. So I just wanted to create a piece that embodied who my character was. And I was like, it was kind of hard, but easy at the same time, because I'm
Mhm.
like, kind of wanted to step outside of myself and really embody who the character is, but also still make sure that the piece is relatable based on who the character is. So I was just like, I thought it was fun. It was fun for me to write. But my next challenge, because this was for a female character, Now my next challenge for another piece that's supposed to be written is for the guy character. And I'm like, now I can write some poetry, but can I write from the voice of a man? So now
I
I'm
don't think
like,
you've ever done that before.
I've never done that, so that's going to be a nice challenge for me. But I
Yeah.
have been enjoying getting back into my creative bag, and I look forward to like continue working through this and workshopping it, and then actually like finishing the film and filming it. Because I am a filmmaker, I am a writer, so
Yes.
getting back into that creative realm is really, really exciting for me. So y'all will hear this again, and one day you will actually see it being performed. So I'm excited about that.
Yes. Well,
Look
thank
out
you for
for it.
sharing. I absolutely love it. I would love to hear that again. So I guess I'll hear it again when I play back this episode for myself. Okay. So my poem was written today.
Look at you. That's why I'm surprised you chose reading over creative writing, writing pieces
Yes.
in one day.
I was like, oh my God, I told Moni that I was gonna write a new poem. Let's see what I can do. So this doesn't have a title yet. And I don't know if it's finished. But this is what I have today. This must be what it's like to just know. People have said for years that in due time, what's meant for you will appear. I wanted a lover perfectly designed for me. Charismatic, affectionate, handsome, and with nice teeth. Someone I can be myself around no matter what. A guy who will wipe my tears when need be. A guy who, when I walk past, he'll smack my butt. Somebody's son who will be my protector and whose morals sync with mine. Someone with whom I'll share a bond that appreciates over time. A connection grown between us, a vibe that doesn't lie, a love that is mutual. I'm his girl and he's my guy. His intentions go without question because his actions make it obvious that this voyage with him is long term, a love that's infectious. That's it. My short poem.
Snap, 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 snap. It's so funny. Before we jump into it, our poems are sort of similar,
I was
mentioning
thinking about
the
that
type
too.
of the type of person that
Yeah.
you want, you expect, what you see, what you desire,
Hmm.
having that play on it. But yes, I loved it. It was so sweet. It was so cute. It was so what's the word that I want? Dang, I can't think of an exact word to sum it all together, but I am gonna say it's kind of like it reminds me of that feeling that you get like butterflies in your stomach, or like the flutter that you get in your heart, or like when you feel nervous around someone but you also love being around them because of how they make you feel. Just like that little flutter of like, I like this. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been needing. I love this vibe. So yeah, I love that. But you tell us. You're the writer. Let us know.
I'm sure you and the listeners can relate that sometimes when dating a person or persons, when things don't feel right, you might hit up your friend or that family member that you always go to them like, this person did this or they said that. What do you think about it? And then you may question what's going on, or is this right, or is it better out there for me? And whether it's on social media or whether it's that trusted person that you go to, it seems like a running thing that people have been saying for years. You would just know. Like, you don't have to ask them if they like you. You don't have to ask them this or that. They will show you with their actions, or they won't show you with their actions. And if it feels right, if it's feeding you, feeding your desires, feeding your heart, then that's what matters, opposed to what other people think is or is not okay for you to have in your dating or love life. And when I date people, I go to my top three trusted people, which is Moni, Lamade, and Ronald. Sometimes Demola, because we're, Virgos. But more recently, I've been going to Ronald, and I remember asking Ronald, well, when's the right time to ask this person if they like me or what they think about me or blah, blah, blah. And I trusted Ronald, and he was like, never. And I was like, never. I want to ask. Like, what you mean never? Like, how am I gonna know? And it was after that question, maybe like 2 weeks, I just started to pay attention to that person's actions that I was dating, and it's like I don't have to. I mean, after some time, I did say like I want to know verbally, which,
Right.
but it's like like what Ronald said, you will see. Like you don't have to ask this person or whatever. You will either see it or feel it for itself, and that's what I'm loving for myself right now. That's what I'm experiencing. So I think that's why this poem came easy for me to write, because it's what I've experienced. It's what I'm experiencing, and it's what I've been wanting for a long time. Things that I've experienced in past dating situations, and I'm like, this doesn't seem quite right, but I'm happy to have this lover right now. Or like, yeah, I love them, but nah. So, I understand when people say you will know.
Yeah.
Even when there's something wrong, you will know. And you have to feel
Mm-hmm.
comfortable to have that conversation. Whether it's a lover, if it's your best friend, Moni and I have had tough conversations. I've had tough conversations with my mom. I have tough conversations with siblings. Nothing comes easy, but when that person is going to be your passenger driver, or I'm his passenger princess, whatever the situation, it just feels comfortable.
Yes. Ooh, you see what you just did, girl? You just gave me chills on camera. You just saw just see what happened.
So I saw your little Harlem shake.
If you give me chills, girl, this you gave me chills, girl. But yes, I love that. I love that. Just the just knowing, like even if it's just a person or just like a thing or like a situation or like a space, just the inkling that you have, but also trusting your no.
Mhm.
Not putting any doubts in what you when you know it's supposed to feel right, and not allowing your subconscious or your the negativity to
I
like
be having
pour
to
into
tell her to
that.
be quiet. Girl, you overthinking. Shush. It's
Right,
nothing
exactly.
wrong.
Pour into that and like taint it, like your own thoughts could really mess with your present. So
Mhm.
and then you won't get no presents. So, but yes, I love that. I love that we both brought new pieces. I can't wait for us to start continue writing new pieces,
Mhm.
because it's been a minute. We are due to continue exploring our creative realm, to continue writing and letting people hear what we got going on.
Yeah.
Because yeah, we might have two books. We're gonna have to get y'all another one. But we spit new poetry, we throwing new things out. It sound like it's time for a new book.
Yeah, throwing things.
Right. Volume three loading at some point.
That was fun. I don't think we've ever did you do a poem and I do a poem, so that was good. Thanks for coming up with that. I know we did a poem together, but that was
Right.
fun.
Yeah, double hitter.
Yeah.
Don't Twitter.
So if you're listening and you're a poet or you know somebody who writes creatively, let us know so that we can ask them to be a guest on our show. We will love new talent, new voices, new faces to have on our show.
Absolutely. I know it's my favorite segment. All right. And without further ado, we're going to head over into the cast for our hot topic. Get the sizzle because it's hot.
Girl, I'm supposed to do the one jingle I do.
Oh, my bad. It's been so long. I forgot. Okay, go ahead.
Run it back.
Oh, all right. And without further ado, we're going to head into.
Hot topics. Yo, we are in our hot topic segment, which we call the calf. That's where we sit and just run our mouths for however long. But Moni and I are doing a topic by ourselves today. We are talking hobbies, not Hobby Lobby.
But I love Hobby Lobby.
I do love Hobby Lobby, but this is the lobby where we're going to talk about hobbies. I'm so corny.
We're doing hobbies in the lobby.
We doing hobbies in a lobby. Oh my god. Okay, so when it's a Moni and Yaya episode, we like to start off with a definition. So, what exactly is a hobby? A hobby is an activity that people do for enjoyment, usually during their free time. That's what
Shoot, we should have did
AI.
a definition for free time. What is free time? How do you? How do
At
you
this big
define free
age,
time?
please tell me, because I need a nap in my free time, okay? Even when it's a holiday, I'll be like, oh, let me do my chores. Like, I gotta wash the dishes, I gotta wash my clothes. But let's refocus.
Let's get it.
So it's an activity that you enjoy typically during your free time. Okay, so I'm going to hand the baton to Moni, and she's going to run us through this hot topic segment.
Yes. Alrighty. So starting with what some hobbies may be, right? Let's talk about some things that you could do in your free time that you could enjoy, right? So let's talk about like collecting things, collectible items. People collect like Pokemon cards and stamps. When I was a kid, I collected stickers, collecting things, reading. Some people might not consider it a hobby. Reading, growing, and how y'all say managing plants. Sports can definitely be a hobby, especially for those that aren't consistently like doing the thing. You just like doing that thing for fun, like you know, going around and shoot some hoops from time to time. Creative pursuits like art, whether that's sculpting, painting, drawing. I would even say for some people, graphic designing, like just doing things just for the sake of like learning a new skill, but you actually enjoy doing it in your free time. Cooking, we were talking about cooking, baking, and this or that. That counts too, even though sometimes you got to cook, for health purposes. We got to and eat to live. Aside from that, caring for pets. I don't think that caring for pets could be a hobby, but Yaya will give her reasoning. I think that caring for a pet is a job. Video games. I know a lot of gamers out there. Shout out to y'all, the streamers, those that making the monies. Um, and yeah, that was just like a few things that are some hobbies, even the ones that we mentioned in this or that, like sewing and hiking and crocheting and knitting and
Canoeing.
there's just so many different there's so many different things. I even know some people that they do a lot of crafting, like they make things, like they bedazzle things and make cups and t-shirts, and some people don't do that for the sake of making money. They do it just because they actually enjoy that thing, and making money isn't the means of why they love doing it. So
Yeah.
yes.
So many things that you said with the examples. So the first, when my mind went where you said collecting things, I remember, I don't know if it was, I think it was the Disney Channel. They used to have this little segment where they'll like spotlight a child. And it was this little kid, he was collecting, I forget what he was collecting. He had things he collected. And I was like, I want to collect stuff. So I started collecting Snapple bottle tops. It had the
Oh,
facts
because I have
in
the
it.
facts on them.
Yep. And the thing is, at that age, I wasn't cleaning the Snapple top. It was a little sticky from the juice. And then I had so many that I didn't know if I had the same fact over and over again. So I was like, okay, I'm getting older. Now I'm a little kid no more. I'm preteen. I'm a teen. I don't want these tops. It's not fitting in the container anymore. So I started collecting shot glasses. Everywhere I went, I would get a shot glass. So if I go to Mexico, Thailand, Jersey Shore, Clackalinda bookstore, I'm gonna get a shot glass. I don't drink liquor like that, but it's my collector's item.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
something that I wanted to collect. But when people found out that that was my thing, they started buying me shot glasses too. So I'm like, oh my God. I have like when I counted them before I moved, but I stopped counting. I had over 70 shot
Oh,
glasses.
wow. Damn, girl.
Yes. So I just kept the ones that I wanted, that meant something to me and that I actually bought from a trip that I went to, and I got rid of the other ones. Yeah, that's collecting things. Momentums is really fun because it tells a story too. Like my
Yeah.
little dish that I keep my keys in, that's something that Moni got me when she went on a trip, or this is something that I got from when I went to Cayman Islands or something like that. So that's what makes collecting items fun. And then for the pets, I think it could be a hobby because, like, if you're just like lonely or not lonely, pets will get you going.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a lazy pet, you got to take it out for a walk. You got to make sure you like have something going, like play with the pet. I remember when I was dog sitting, that dog made sure I got up to take him out for a walk, playing catch with the dog, doing different things with the dogs. Um, it's a routine, but it can also be seen as something that's fun. It is a lot of work to take care of a pet, but some things can be hobbies, with taking care of the dog.
When you talk about collecting things or like getting things from different places, I realized too, like I also collect magnets. Like every time I go somewhere, I have the habit of like making sure I get a magnet to like solidify, like this is somewhere that I went.
Mhm.
Something that I got from something that my mom always did. So like going to, she still has them from years on end from the places that she's gone to, and she has magnets. So I started doing the same thing. So I'm like, I think like that's something I'm gonna continue doing.
Mhm.
But in addition to that, I wasn't sure if it was a hobby, but it seems like it could be a hobby. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
mention it: getting tattoos. And I say that because Now I'm at the point where I'm very intentional about my tattoos. I don't need to get tattoos just because. And every time I travel somewhere, I plan to get a tattoo to commemorate where I went on that trip. So that's only something I've done recently. When I went to Bali, I got a tattoo. When I went to South Africa, I got a tattoo. And I
Mhm.
think it'll be a great tradition for myself. So every time I go somewhere, to get a tattoo to commemorate my trip. Because eventually I do want to have a sleeve on my arm, but
Mhm.
I'm only gonna fill out slowly but surely because I just don't want some random big piece of art just because. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like that's something that's going to be added to my list of hobbies, my travel tattoo.
Yeah, that's cute. And so you're collecting, you're doing the art thing,
Hmm.
and the hobby that I wanted to mention is travel. It's not a
Yeah, that
cheap
is a hobby.
it's not cheap, but because what came to my mind, I'm like, okay, concerts. You and I went to so many concerts last year. Making it a thing to enjoy a concert could be a hobby for somebody because that thought came from you may not play sports, you may not actively be involved, but some people get so hyped up just to go to a game or just to watch
Yeah.
a game. So you don't have to be playing it, but I know people that be decked out head to toe with their sports gear. Or that like when my uncle walks by with his football team hat on and it creates a whole conversation. So that whole thing is a hobby. Loving a team, being ride or die for a team is a hobby. Going
Yeah.
to tailgates, that's a hobby. Going to a concert, getting dressed up with your girls, by yourself, with your mom, whoever you going to the concert with, it's a hobby. There's just so many things that we think it may be a regular thing or just nothing. Like going to get your hair done, your eyebrows done, your nails done. I have to tell clients all the time, what do you do for self care? Oh, I don't do nothing. But I see their nails done. Oh, I love your
Right.
nails. That's a moment of self care. What do you do when you're in the pedicure chair? Are you reading a book? Are you taking a little nap for yourself? Are you scrolling through TikTok or editing a reel while you're sitting there? Those are different things that you may not think is a hobby or a thing to do, but it's a small task that's occupying that small space of time or big gap of time that you have. So, what do? You don't have to let nobody else or anybody else define what a hobby is, what's credible or
Hmm.
not. You can decide that on your own.
Yes, absolutely. There's so many. I'm like literally as we continue talking, I'm just thinking a bunch of things keep popping into my head of what could be considered a hobby. So many different things that you could do. Trying something new,
I'm
playing an
sorry.
instrument.
Yeah, I have to add one more thing. So they did say for enjoyment because I'm thinking it has to be something that fills your fills you with so much happiness, with joy that like it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like a craft or anything because you said, yeah, I'm gonna get to y'all about the managing plants and growing plants. I get so excited to go to Home Depot or look on Amazon for a new pot. Like I'm trying to find the baddest outfit for my plant. Like it gotta have the cutest accessories. I remember when I repotted my money tree that's on its last leg. I'll talk about that later. But and I was so happy to put the white little rocks on top of the dirt so you don't see the dirt. And I sent the picture to you, Moni, and Ronald, and I was like, y'all liked it. And I was like so happy. I get so happy when I see the little stems growing and I'm a proud plant mom. I get so happy, like especially I think it's dying and it's growing. It fills me with joy. It's tedious to empty that pot and put the dirt out and get new soil and do this and make sure you it's work, but it's
Yeah,
also a hobby. It's costly, but it's also something that I enjoy. I love looking at my plants around my apartment. I love just everything that it comes with. So something like that makes you feel so much joy, so much excitement as me being a plant mom. That's what a good hobby would be. Like even if you dropped off a plant to me and said, "Yeah, can you fix this plant?" It wouldn't feel like, "Oh, I'm about to fix a plant." I will have so much fun fixing your plant. It's a hobby to me. It doesn't feel like work.
yeah. Some people think I'm crazy when I say I enjoy building my own stuff. Like, why don't you hire somebody to build your dresser? I like the feeling of when I complete building my dresser by myself or putting my shelves on the wall by myself. I built that. I did that. I put the
Yes.
screws in. I organized it. I built my bed. I did that. I love
Mhm.
I didn't realize how much I love doing like a little bit of handy stuff. I love seeing the finished product. I'm like, I did that.
You feel
My
proud of
desk,
yourself.
my chairs, my table, all of the things. I didn't have to hire nobody to do it because why? I did that. And if somebody needs help building something, I'll be the person to be like, I got you. What we putting
Aw.
together? I don't mind doing that stuff. Like you said, yes, it's tedious. Yes, it's hard work, but what brings you joy? Like what actually makes you feel good when you're doing the thing, that
Mhm.
you wouldn't mind even doing for somebody else
Yeah.
or with somebody else.
And saying building before you move on makes me think about Legos. That's a new hobby that I think is for me. I bought a Legos kit. I don't know if I had them when I was a kid or whatever, but I bought my first Lego kit as an adult and I made my skate. What it did for me, like I was zoned out. I think I had the TV or something on, but I was zoned out. It was so therapeutic, so relaxing. Like I thought it was the pieces are so tiny and I thought it was going to be very annoying, but just to zone out and to put this Lego set together and to have the finished product look like the picture and just do it by myself, it just felt so nice. Like reading a book, but actually putting things together. Like I could escape from reality and build this
Yeah.
beautiful little sculpture. I can't get way into it because I'm like, okay, now where am I going to put this skate? Where am I going to put this building that I like? Where am I going to put all these little pieces?
Yeah.
And now my apartment looked like a kid room. But yeah, when you said building, my mind is going so many places. Like, okay, I do this, that's a hobby. I do this, that's a hobby. That I
Hmm.
wouldn't typically think that. Dang, that's a hobby.
Yeah, absolutely. See, got your mind going. Got my.
Yeah.
So, since we know what hobbies are and what we can do and why we enjoy them, or things that we do and we enjoy doing them, what makes them important? Why are hobbies important? Why is it important to have things that we do outside of our day to day, our 9 to 5, our waking up, going, our outside of our day to day normal routine? Why is it important to have these things? So,
Mhm.
hobbies can help people feel less lonely or bored.
Mhm.
These can help people develop new skills or knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
Yes, it is. Amen. And hobbies can help people explore their interests and their creativity. So one thing for me, I don't mind doing things by myself or being lonely. But for some people, I think finding something or finding a new activity, but finding a
Mhm.
group of people that does that thing also, it's also a way to like help you to find new friends. Like,
Yeah.
okay, like I really enjoy crocheting, but it's not something that, I want to do alone. So I'm gonna join a crocheting group or a knitting group or a book club
Mhm.
or a sculpting club or a running club or a hiking club, like something that
Club.
you enjoy. Other people enjoy doing those things too, so you
Mhm.
can make connections with other people just through one thing that you really love to do.
Mhm.
Mind you, I'm also realizing like I haven't joined a club of something in a while. Now it's
Yeah.
got me thinking like, what type of club would I want to join? Probably like a writing club or something like that. I think I used to be part of a screenwriting club. We would come together, and we would workshop our scripts. We would read through the scripts, we give each other notes and feedback. So that was like one thing that I enjoyed to do because, as a writer, love getting feedback and just creative workshopping and bouncing ideas off of each other. Even like how we did before we even came onto this episode, like workshopping that last line of that poem, brain.
Yeah. I
Yes,
could not
just
get up.
thinking and bouncing ideas back and forth. Like I love stuff like that. Like just being a creative space, talking through different things and trying to figure out like I cannot get myself out of this brain freeze. I'm stuck. Like how can I get out of this writer's block? Like being able to talk through something creatively, like that really gets me going. I love being in spaces like that. So I feel like I need to find another space like that, like I have in the past.
So before you could your butt I feel like you're about to move on, but before you do, what I hear you saying is support. Why a hobby is important is so that you can have that support when you're writing. If you feel like you got a writer's block or stumble or whatever the case may be, you can have that support from other writers or people who also like writing. When you are knitting or crocheting, maybe you don't want to focus on, okay, I'm putting a hole there, da, 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 but you can talk with other people. Book clubs, you have the same liking, the same passion about stories and reading, and oh, I wasn't thinking about that part like that. Da, 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 da. You can have the discussions with other people. Honestly, where my mind is stuck right now is Choice. I remember Choice posted a video of her husband. who found a daddy's club, and
Oh
he was
yeah.
going on walks and having a support group with other men who were fathers taking care of babies and everything like that. And that was so adorable. That was something that I didn't know existed, but people were able to find a hobby, which was walking in the park with their children and just bonding, being fathers. So maybe there's an auntie group out there that I could,
Right.
a childless. I don't have children of my own, but I absolutely right now in this time of life love being an auntie. So that will be maybe something, a support group that I can join, feel less lonely or not bored. But I think for me, when I realized why hobbies were really important was during the pandemic. Um, I was stripped of things that I really, really enjoyed doing. I look forward to getting off of work, going to kickboxing class, then going to Planet Fitness, then doing this, then doing that, like having my day to day activities and things lined up to do. But when the gyms closed,
Yep.
or when the library closed, or when like different things that maybe the skating rink closed. I can't go skating. I can't go to the gym. I can't do this. So what do I do? I felt so lonely, and it was because I mean it was crazy timing because I was like, dang, so many people are having so many events. It's costing so much. I just need a break. I need a weekend to myself. Blah, 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 and then the pandemic hit, and now I'm like, looking out the window like, I want a friend. I want to do something. So I started going for city walks. I would walk 7 miles, 5 miles, whatever it may be. And like you said, I was alone. I was okay with being alone doing those walks, but it was so much more fun when my mom started joining me on my walks. And then my mom told my aunt about it. She was like, I want to come. And then they joined me in my walks. And it was like exciting to view the city and to share that enjoyment of getting some miles in with my mom and my auntie. So I feel the same way, especially like with my Lego set. It would be so cool like if other people want to sit together and put Legos together or to show my finished product to people. It just brings so much joy. The same thing with skating. I feel one way when I'm skating by myself in the garage, but when I'm with somebie else, whether it's Moni or another friend, it's so much more fun. Like, oh, like I might be by myself and like, yeah, I'm scared to put my right foot up or I'm scared to cross my feet in front of the other. But when Moni's there, she's like, yo, try it. The only thing you're gonna do is just fall and get back up. But I like without that voice, I'm not
Well,
gonna
I don't
do it.
sound like that.
Like I've experienced it though, like whether I've taken skate classes before, I've skated with Moni, I've skated with other people, and I will tell myself, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do this. But the I've had people record me. I've had like people say things like you can do it, opposed to my voice like just wait to the next skate class. Like no, do it now. So that's one of the things with hobbies of and being with other people why it could be important because people can push you out of your comfort zone or be that support or be that sounding board that without that you wouldn't have had and you would have just stayed in your comfort zone of crocheting the same little blanket or reading the same type of book or doing the same route for that walk or that jog that you enjoy doing. But what else can you do?
Right. And even if some people are like me with the beauty of online, there's so many groups that you could join without even have to actually being with people. So I was a part
Hmm.
of this group called Black Girls Read, where every time I would finish reading a book, I'd be so excited to type into the group. Be like, I finished this book, this is what it was about, give my little review. And then like just getting all these loves and these likes from other black women who are reading books,
Hmm.
just happy for me that I actually met my goal of finishing this book or wanted to know more details or everybody else putting in their opinion. Like there's online groups too. You don't got to do it in person. Like a group that you could, tap into during your commute or something like that.
Yeah.
Something you could log into to get some tips and tricks. There's so many different online forums now that you could tap into for what you need. Just being a part of a community can really, really help. So whether it's in person or online, having a
Hmm.
community to support you in what you're trying to do can definitely make a difference and in the enjoyment of the hobby that you're pursuing.
Yeah. It's rewarding.
Absolutely.
And with this, an example is Zumba and dance and different things like that. Even when it comes to weight loss, like I was heavy before the pandemic in the gym and doing different things. I loved having my accountability partner, the moments when I didn't want to go to the gym or do things. But I also loved the people who weren't physically there but saw me like, "Oh, girl, you look good. What you been doing?" Like that
Cheering you.
helps too. Yeah, cheering you on. So having that hobby, but also that support, that encouragement, all those things. It's very rewarding.
Yes, absolutely. Rewarding is definitely the word to use.
Hmm.
So we talked about what a hobby is, the things that we could enjoy in our free time. We
In the
talked about
lobby.
why they are in in the lobby. We talked about why they are important, why we should have them as far as support and community and not having to do things by ourselves, but just exploring our different interests and creativity, trying something new, new skills, new knowledge. But how do we find a hobby? How do we even know that this hobby is something that I want to do? How do I even figure out how to fill in my free time? Right? How do I figure out how not to be bored with what I'm doing? So first things first, let's consider what you enjoy doing as a child and figure out how you could transfer that over into your adult life. Maybe you enjoyed finger painting. Now we out here with an actual, paintbrush and canvas or finding different ways to, blend colors and things like that or picking up a coloring book and start coloring again. That's one
Hmm.
of my personal favorites. Um, think about your current interest and what you enjoy doing. Thinking about taking a class or a quiz. There's lots of quizzes out there. You have personality quizzes. I'm sure they got some
Hmm.
quizzes out there for you to take to figure out like what activity might be best based on your personality type and things like that. To help you figure out what it is you want to do. Or maybe you just been thinking about something for a while.
Hmm.
You just finally break down and it's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try that cooking class. Let me try that new recipe. Let me try that dance class. Let me join that run club. You know, I'm just saying something that you've been thinking about for a while. You might as well just go ahead and jump into it and see if you actually like doing it.
Yeah. I think one thing that's the things that you mentioned are great. Another thing is conversation. Having conversations with other people, they may say something that they are doing or interested in, and you're like, I'm actually interested in that as well. So that may be a way that you can find a hobby. But yeah, the thing that you said is taking up a class or trying something new. That's definitely helped me to learn that I am interested in painting. That's how I learned that I knew how to paint. I've always doodled. I was that person in class drawing houses and cartoons and everything on my notes, opposed to writing the notes that the teacher was telling us that we should write in class. And I've seen people painting all the time. And I'm like, I think I should try this. So I went to a paint and sip class, and that's how I learned. Short story. That's how I learned that I know how to paint. But yeah, just trying out different things, finding what soothes you, like
Yes.
just
Ooh,
trying
I
things.
was about to go there.
Yeah, something that soothes you. As a child, we had no choice but to go on hiking trips. I mean, you could not go, but you're gonna be stuck at the school doing paperwork. So that's how I learned that I enjoy nature. I enjoy hiking, but also I think, sorry, I think it's funny now that I actually go into stores and pay for rocks, like crystals and
Yeah.
different things like that, like the rose quartz and whatever. Um, and it's free outside. Like I used to go hiking and I used to pick up rocks that I thought was so cute on the hike and just put it in my book bag. And then I would go home and paint them because my mom would like buy me different activities, or different things. So I used to paint the rocks. And I wish I would have held on to it because I thought it was probably silly and I threw it away. But I painted like buildings and everything on my rocks. So maybe that's something that I would enjoy now. Like I love painting, I love nature. Maybe if I go on a hike now, I can find some rocks and bring them home instead of keep paying for rocks. But then also what you said too, thinking about what you liked as a kid. I had the bedazzle kit when I was a kid. I used to bedazzle clothes that my mom said I could mess up. Me and Raven, when we were younger, our moms used to buy us this. I don't know what it's called, but it had like a little needle, and you basically making like a little carpet thing. I had a Tweety Bird one, I had a butterfly one, like all these different crafts that you put your kids into or you tap into. Double Dutch Club, Step Team, the movie club. Like some people get
Hmm.
together and watch movies and then talk about the movie.
Yes.
It's just so many. things that exist. There's no closed door. There's no ceiling on the things that you can do when it comes to hobbies. But yes, like thinking about what you liked as a child, hearing conversations, giving things a try. My building had a Zumba class. It was free. Let's go. Let's see,
Yep.
let's enjoy Zumba. Seeing somebody playing a video game, you might want to try too. Like that's how you can learn and become fascinated or intrigued with different things. Whether it's free, like taking a walk, if you're capable of going for walks and runs, or whether it costs, like going on trips and concerts. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that I noticed about having a hobby, like, yes, aside from the enjoyment, it pulls me away. Like, it literally
Yes.
takes my mind to solely focusing on what it is that I'm doing. Like, I've gotten so into coloring to the point that, like, so much time would pass by and I feel so relaxed when I'm done. Like, just learning how to just mix different colors and just experiment and doing different things and just enjoying being in that space by myself. Now I'm thinking about, oh, what I did as a child. Let me go buy some yarn and some needles and let me start crocheting again. Let me start making some
Aw.
scarves and hats for Christmas. I used to do that all the time. I think people got tired of me giving them scarves because I was so into crocheting as a kid. But I just really, really, I think just the motion of it. It's just like the way that you don't have to really focus on anything else, but it is as far as like what you're doing. It's like getting lost into a book and being stuck into that story, or watching a movie and getting stuck into that world.
Mhm.
Just being in that realm of nothing else really matters except what I'm doing right now. I think that's what I enjoy about the things that I love doing, like even going back to like just building shelves and just like I'm so focused on the task that everything else I'm not even concerned about. Like what was I
Yeah.
mad about earlier? I don't even know because I'm so focused on this thing. Now, mind
Mhm.
you, I don't think cleaning is a hobby, but that's also another thing that helps me to like mind going, I'm focused on, I'm scrubbing this thing. I mean, it's more so a chore, like a thing that you have to do, but some people actually enjoy cleaning. So I'm not gonna take that, away from nobody. Some people actually enjoy cleaning and organizing. What is it? Interior designing, like just finding new ways to make a space look nice. Like that can be a
But
hobby too.
but the
Things that people
why,
are doing.
the why is very important. Like, okay, you may play music, you may be listening to a podcast, whatever, while you're doing that cleaning. You may be just listening to your thoughts or whatever it is. But some people feel that fulfillment
Hmm.
after, like me, organizing things, having a different container for different things. I get so like I feel so good that I put my little coffee pod upside down and right side up and I made a pattern with it. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. So yeah, it may not be quote unquote a hobby, but you can make it.
Right. Even us right now. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before when I was a kid. I had this toy called a radio DJ where
Yes,
I was a radio
I had that too.
host. I was a radio host. And look at us now, podcasting. Still
Hmm.
going strong. 6 seasons in. You feel me? Some people would consider this a job, but I think I enjoy it so much that it doesn't feel like a job, which I think helps for us to consistently be able
Hmm.
to do this thing that we enjoy so much.
Yeah.
Podcasting truly is a hobby that brings enjoyment to my life.
Hmm. And something that you can share with me.
Absolutely. But yes, anything else you want to add before we close out our Hobby Lobby segment?
I don't know. I think something that people, sorry, many people may overthink what a hobby is.
Mhm.
Many people may overthink what it means to do or have self care. And maybe we should think what takes less thought, what's fulfillable, or what feels like fulfilling. That's all I could think to me or to you that costs nothing or whatever your definition is that you enjoy. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think there's a I think there's a hobby for everybody. Somebody, like you said, cleaning. I'm sure my mom loved going to the laundromat when we were younger to get away and just zone out or whatever. That's a hobby for somebody. I don't think it has to be this big drawn out thing
Yeah.
of what a hobby is, but I think it's something that you absolutely love, whether you make money for it or you don't. Like example, my aunt makes this bomb ice cream cake and she made it for Kwanzaa and her daughter said, "Oh, mom, you should start basically selling it." And I said, and then she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, Well, Auntie, knowing you, I don't think that you would do that. I know that you enjoy making it for this occasion, and if somebody asks you down the line if you would do it, then you will happily do it. But if you were commissioned for it, you will be annoyed. I don't see you as a person taking orders and doing something when somebody tells you to. I see you doing it when you want to. So for her, that's a hobby that's not commission based. That's something that she just enjoys, and she enjoys. That's something she enjoys making, and she enjoy people enjoying her creation.
Yeah.
So you have to know what is just free time and free opposed to what is free time and can bring you in income. Like if I
Hmm.
was to get paid for I'm hungry, I haven't done that in a long time. My video of food and everything, I will be annoyed. I don't want to have to sit and cook and edit and do all these other things. I don't think that that's a thing that I would do. But if we were to end up getting paid for Love Loud, I'm already consistent with it. I'm already enjoying it.
Yeah.
I love sitting here. I love putting together different things. I love contacting people and seeing what kind of guests we're going to have on our podcast. It's already happening, so I'm fine with it. But to say, "Oh yeah, I'll pay you every time you draw something for me," no, I'll draw something if you want to buy what I have already. 'Cause I already tried to draw for people; they don't pay.
It ain't
But
right.
I ain't got time for that. So you got to know what to do what with. That's the only thing I'll add.
Absolutely. And then last thing for me would be for those of you that may be looking for a hobby or a new hobby that you haven't even tried yet. Maybe there's something out there that hasn't been created yet. You can create your own group. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
want to try to find a way to meet new people? Start your own group.
I need an auntie
You know,
club.
a cosplay running group. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like combining things. I'm just saying, y'all get dressed up in your cosplay and y'all go for a run. I don't know, but just
We
combining
should
the
go
things that
the
you
old lady
enjoy.
outfit.
Yes, combining things that you enjoy and then just having finding ways to have a good time. Whether that's alone, whether that's with other people, whether that's trying something new, whether that's picking up something old that you used to do, or adding a new skill to something that you already know how to do. Because I'm definitely about to learn how to blend colors in my coloring. So just finding new ways to enjoy things, whether it's new, old, brand new, revamped, creating a new group of friends, finding people that love what you love too, whether that's online or in person. We should
Hmm.
all be out there doing something in our free time so we don't feel as if we're alone or bored or don't have anything to do and all we do is sleep, eat, and go to work. We got to have something else to sustain us, to make us feel alive. Um, because your job is not a hobby. Your job is what makes you money. It helps you keep a roof over your head and pays your bills. Have something in your life that sustains your joy. That's what everybody should have.
I can't speak for everybody. Sorry to cut you off, but find something outside of your partner. Find something outside of your children. Find something that brings you joy. Like, yeah, it may
Hmm.
be fun to see your child running up and down the field, kicking and catching that ball. Or it may be fun to see your spouse doing his checkers game and winning the tournament. So I don't know. But what fulfills you? Like, your child is going to grow and age out of hanging out with you. Your spouse, we don't live forever. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. People don't stay together maybe forever or whatever the case may be. Have something that defines you. What makes you happy outside of being a mom, outside of being a partner, outside of being a best friend? Like, what's something that if Moni decided I'm about to go to visit this other country for 2 months, what can I do while Moni is gone that I
Besides
still
FaceTiming me to see what I'm doing.
right, like, don't be a loser. Don't be a loser. Have your own hobby. Maybe I'll go
Yes.
to a fitness class on YouTube or go for a walk or read a book by myself. Like, have what I'm saying is don't be so enthralled with other people that you don't have something to define you or
Mm.
something that you love to do outside of these people. So yes, we talked about groups. It's nice to have a group of people that you do these things with. But if there's another pandemic and you can't be around those people, what are you going to do? Because you can lose sense of self. Like I was like, dang, I miss Tay or I miss this. Like that was my partner that we
Yeah.
were going to the gym together. Like I can't do this with Tay, but what can I do by myself? Like you have to be able to have a balance of things that you do with a group and things that you do by yourself.
Absolutely. Yes. And that is a great way to close us out of our hobby lobby. So feel free, go ahead, tell us in the comments what are your hobbies, what are some new hobbies you want to try, something you've done as a child, something that you plan on picking up this year.
Hmm.
Everybody want to try something, maybe you're trying to get into stocks or something. I don't know. Shoot, everybody, there's so many different things you can do, whether it's financial and creative, music, all the things. So I really, really want to hear from y'all. So let us know in the comments the hobbies that you are super interested in, that you plan on getting into, something you haven't tried in a while, even the ones you did as a kid that you might pick up again.
Hmm.
Puzzles, maybe? I don't know. So without further ado, we are going to end this segment and head on over into our announcements. It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. The
Yes.
only song that I remember this entire episode.
We will get into it as the season goes. We'll remember your jingles, and we won't have any jingles for Yaya.
Hey, we never know. We never know. We getting bigger and better, baby. Bigger and better. That's what we do over here.
Yes. So let's get into our first announcement. Happy birthday, I'm your friend. One more year
Hey,
from them. Happy belated birthday to my bestie, Monie. Brr, 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 brr. I love you so much. I wish you so much joy, peace, naps, travel, concert, good snacks, fun time, vibes, all the blessings, and many more than you ever thought that you would ever get in this new year. Oh my God. Yes, all that.
y'all have a fun.
My cheeks hurt from smiling. I love that. That was perfect. That was perfect. Yes, you deserve
Oh
it.
my gosh.
I hope that you enjoyed your birthday, but will enjoy this new year.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, it always baffles me a little how when we record, but what we have to when we record and what we have to announce, it
Hmm.
be two completely different weeks apart. Right now, we mid February. This comes out beginning of March.
Girl, they ain't had to know. They did not have to know.
Hey, we gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it real. The timeline, we fit it in our free time when we can. But yeah, super excited to see another year. I am blessed, truly, truly, truly blessed, and I look forward to seeing what this new year of life is going to bring me.
Yeah.
Alrighty, y'all. So for those of you that are new here, welcome. For those of you that are not, welcome back. Please make sure you are following us on all social media platforms and make sure you are subscribing to our podcast, Truth Carpet. Truth Carpet is available on all streaming platforms. That's Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Tell a friend to subscribe to the podcast. Look for the picture of Love and Loud on the streaming platforms. Instagram, YouTube, we on there too. Make sure you are following us. You know
Yes.
what to do.
Leave a review if you're there. Leave a review. You can leave a review on all those places. If you are on Instagram, leave a comment and let us know what you thought about that episode. If you're new, you'll get used to it, but if you're not, you will see that we post a little snippet of our podcast episode on our Instagram page. So under there, you can let us know, oh my God, I got to catch up to your episode. Or, oh my
Yes,
God, I absolutely love this episode. Or, oh my God, I can't
yes,
wait for your next guest. Whatever it is, you can let us know. Yeah. So for all those people who listen to our podcast, thank you so much.
yes.
I'm always like surprised to find out who listens to our episode. Like we reached out to a guest. I'm not going to say who that guest is now because you will see when we have our upcoming podcast. But they're like, "Yeah, girl, I listen to your podcast. I would love to be a guest on your podcast." And I'm like, "Oh my God, Moni, blah blah blah," said they listen to our podcast.
No idea.
Yeah, I
I had
had
no
no
clue.
idea. So that's very, like, that means the world to me. And yeah, that's a review in itself that you listen to.
Yeah.
People are listening to our podcast. You don't always have to say anything.
Hmm.
Just genuine support is genuine support.
Yes, absolutely. I love it too. When people be like, "Oh, I just recently listened to an episode the other day." I was like, "Oh, which one? What you think, girl?" Thank you for listening. I love it. I appreciate it. And shout out to everybody that's been rocking since day one. Got
Yeah.
to show y'all some love. Been here for 6 seasons. And for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, we hope that you stick around, check out some old episodes, tune in for season 6, episode 2. Officially subscribe if you enjoy what you've heard. And last but certainly not least, we still do have a website. You can head on over to www.loveloudd.com. That's LOVELOUDD, where you can make a purchase of the sweatshirts that we have on. So I have on the classic Love Loud logo, and Yaya has on our True Carpet segment sweatshirts. So yes, go ahead, head on over, and you can leave a review there too.
Yes.
But this brings season 6, episode 1 to a close.
I'm excited for this season to get
I am too.
educated by the different guests that we are going to have on our podcast. And yeah,
It's
we're
gonna be a lot of
doing a
fun.
good job lining people up. So stay tuned
Stay tuned.
and stay black.
Stay black.
And
Stay brown.
yes.